Thank you for your interest in BP's proposed Mist Mountain coalbed methane project, located in the majestic Rocky Mountains south of Banff National Park in Canada and adjacent to the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park. We are concerned that BP's project will harm the region's water and wildlife. In this video presentation, we will take you from London to the project site and explain the internationally significant conservation values threatened by BP's proposal. Your company should be aware of BP's plans for this internationally significant and environmentally sensitive landscape. We now take you from London's Excel Centre, where BP recently held its annual general meeting in April of 2008. We will fly across the pond to North America. Note the yellow line denoting the Canadian-US border. In green in the bottom right, you can see the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park, and looking up, you can see the proposed BP Mist Mountain coalbed methane project in red. We'll now zoom in to the Flathead Valley portion of Glacier National Park in the US, look across the border, across the Canadian portion of the Flathead Valley up to where BP has proposed its Mist Mountain project, less than 100 kilometers. We'll now take a bird's eye view where you can see exactly how close the project is to the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park. This image here shows the broad, undeveloped nature of the Flathead Valley. In fact, the Flathead contains the highest plant and animal biodiversity in inland North America and has been identified as a critical area for the ecological health and integrity of the Waterton Glacier World Heritage Site and Biosphere Reserve. BP's proposed Mist Mountain project here in red, it covers over 500 square kilometers. It overlaps the last remaining intact wildlife corridor between Canada and the US along the Rocky Mountains. The project has the potential to permanently block the north-south movement of wildlife and isolate remnant wildlife populations south of the border, leading to their eventual extirpation. It also has the potential to disrupt and pollute ground and surface water for adjacent communities, among a host of other potential negative environmental and social impacts. We now fly you via helicopter up the Canadian reach of the Flathead River to illustrate its wilderness character as well as its pristine waters. Biodiversity in this river is 10 times that of adjacent rivers that have been subjected to pollution from coal mines and industrial developments. As you can see here, the Flathead River is home to some of the most pristine and clean water in all of the world. We'd like to keep it that way. This region is home to the densest inland population of grizzly bears in all of North America, as well as the highest diversity of carnivores in all of North America. We come now to the potential adverse effects of BP's Mist Mountain project. This slide illustrates a coalbed methane well pad developed by Shell Canada. Our point here is that for each well pad, BP will have to disturb 100 meters by 100 meters of otherwise untouched wilderness area. This slide again provides you a bird's eye view of the Mist Mountain coalbed methane project. Other impacts associated with this project could include up to 1,500 well pads as demonstrated in the previous slide within the 500 square kilometer project area, including a maze of service roads, pipelines, waste gas flaring towers, pump stations, power lines, and other infrastructure connecting the well pads. In combination with already existing impacts found in and next to the Mist Mountain site, including the Crow's Nest Highway No. 3, town sites and rural development, the Canadian Pacific Railroad, and 5 of the world's largest coal mines, we believe BP's project could effectively destroy the last remaining migratory corridors that currently function here. These are the last intact corridors between Canada and the US along the Rocky Mountains. We remain concerned that BP is not following its own environmental review for new projects protocol, that its current record demonstrates a lack of public accountability, and that the potential adverse impacts will create international legal problems, reputational risk for the company, and make it harder in the future for BP to successfully develop other projects in sensitive landscapes. We now fly you back to London to overlay the Mist Mountain project over Greater London. As you can see, the project area is enormous, covering approximately a third of London. Thank you for your time and interest in our presentation. We believe that because of your diligence as a socially responsible investor, that BP will be more diligent in protecting this internationally significant landscape which bridges British Columbia and Montana, a place that we call home. Your oversight is invaluable, and we are grateful. Please know that we have relayed the substance of our meetings with you to our neighbors, and they now understand your important role in the checks and balances of appropriate development and the conservation of this world-class wilderness heritage.